Type 2 diabetics, was your consent around taking prescription medication informed? I very much want you to be informed so a decision can be made to either continue to manage a chronic disease or change the lifestyle to change the course of a lifestyle-driven disease. Hello, I'm Christy Fleetwood, physician, pharmacist, and passionate educator, founder of Monarch Natural Medicine, author of Diseases of the Drugs, The Diabetes Connection, and instructor at the Disease Reversal Project, where we help those with lifestyle-driven chronic diseases learn how to reclaim their lives, their livelihoods, their libidos, energy, and excitement for life, and leave their diagnoses and drugs in the past for good. I want to congratulate you on your interest in becoming an informed participant in your own health, especially around the prescription medications used to manage type 2 diabetes. This booklet, Diseases of the Drugs, The Diabetes Connection, is my pharmacist brain's message to anyone who wants to know what the prescribers and manufacturers aren't telling. And it'll be downloaded into your email box in just a few short minutes. This is my favorite booklet for educating type 2 diabetics on external causes of diabetes, including over-the-counter items and prescriptions for other diseases, what the drugs prescribed for diabetes are actually managing or not, the real risks associated with the medications used to manage type 2 diabetes, exposing and explaining the bigger myths and stumbling blocks to reversing type 2 diabetes, and offering hope and a different path that leads to health. Imagine what it would feel like to have normal feeling fingers and toes, a healthy libido and kidneys and eyesight, more money in your pocket, more bounce in your step, all because you took this first step in becoming educated, I mean really educated, about the role the drugs can play in type 2 diabetes and the role you must play in order to be diabetes free. You'll be able to make an important choice, one you probably didn't even know you had. You can continue to believe that you're at the mercy of your genes and manage the disease with medication, or change the lifestyle that's driving your diabetes and reverse the disease altogether. At the very least, if you're taking a drug that may have pushed you into diabetes, you'll learn how to talk with your prescriber about switching to a different medication without that particular side effect. At the most, you'll make the next decision to take charge of your newly informed, amazing body, emotions, and mind to learn what needs to be done to reverse the diagnosis of diabetes. Truly. So take a moment to imagine, without diabetes, what will your life look like? You can enjoy your income with no more prescription copays. Enjoy your time with far fewer visits to the doctors. Enjoy your friends and family and a normal lifespan, not be cut short by diabetes. Enjoy your insurance premiums reduced without the diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. Enjoy your work with fewer missed days, passed over promotions, etc. You'd be able to enjoy being free of a chronic disease. Now, you may be doubtful at this point, so can I share a couple stories with you? First, know that I was a retail pharmacist for a decade, watching people come into the pharmacy to have one prescription filled for one diagnosis, then returning in a matter of months for a higher dose of that same prescription, and then coming back with a second prescription to match a second diagnosis, then a third and a fourth. Are you noticing a trend? I did. Then I experienced a personal tragedy, and my physical health, along with mental, emotional, and spiritual, to be honest, took a massive dive into an abyss. I saw doctor after doctor, including a few specialists. I took the medication offered. I suffered the side effects, yet had no improvement. I had been failed by conventional medicine. So I started studying everything I could get my hands on. Herbal medicine, massage, healing touch, reflexology, Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine, orthomolecular medicine, homeopathy, mind-body medicine. You guessed it, I did end up going back to school to get a deeper education and a doctoral degree in naturopathic medicine. Turns out many of those forms of healing have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Medicine as we know it now in the U.S. is the youngest form of medicine on the planet. Have you ever wondered what we did before conventional medicine took over? I have. It was all those other things I just mentioned. Plus, exercise is medicine. Use of water internally and externally as medicine. Laughter and sun and air and time spent in nature as, you guessed it again, medicine. Very good, strong, supportive, nurturing, sustainable, health-promoting medicine it is, too. That's my physician brain. Now, with all the studying and learning I was doing back as a pharmacist, I began offering free consults at this new grocery store pharmacy, where I got to see firsthand the choices people made for their body's fuel side by side with their prescriptions. That was an aha moment. Can you imagine asthmatics purchasing their inhalers along with their cigarettes, depressed people purchasing their antidepressants and alcohol, a depressant, parents of sick children purchasing the antibiotics and candy, which reduces the immune system's ability to function, folks with high blood pressure purchasing their antihypertensives and chemically salt-cured, highly processed meats that damage the heart muscle and drive up blood pressure, diabetics purchasing their anti-diabetes medications along with diet sodas, fat-free foodstuffs, cakes, donuts. As someone suffering from type 2 diabetes, and I know you are suffering, does this sound familiar? So, back to those free consults. I very quickly became known as the alternative pharmacist and helped a lot of people change their eating habits and their exercise habits so they didn't require as much medicine. I also offered nutritional advice around specific supplements because some diseases are associated with nutritional deficiencies, and most medications are known to deplete specific nutrients, which can push the patient into a worsened state of the current disease or cause a second disease. Is that astonishing to you? It was to me. So this is my pharmacist genius zone, exposing the problems associated with prescription drugs. It's actually all right there in the manufacturer's package insert, but who gets to see the manufacturer's package insert? Not you, right? So, would you like to know the rest of the story about your diabetes medicines? Diseases of the Drugs, the Diabetes Connection is coming to your email box. There's also the option of a mini course, and if you ordered that mini course, please keep in mind that it was written for physicians as continuing education. What you're getting is an excerpt, which is still roughly 90 minutes, from 2 different series that I taught. It's the combination of my pharmacist brain with my physician brain, but it does presume that the listener already has a grasp of basic concepts. When you, a non-physician or a physician struggling with type 2 diabetes, when you take my course on diabetes reversal, I promise to spend more time explaining each concept in greater detail. Right. So there's my physician brain, teaching folks with chronic disease how to reverse that disease. At the end of the booklet, there are options for next steps if you choose to move toward a personal, radical, fun transformation of yourself. Through the booklet and the mini course, you'll be able to get a sense of my teaching style and my personality and my values, and then you can decide if it's worth working with me. Pharmacist, 30 plus years, naturopathic physician, 15 plus years, and professional educator for the last 7 plus years. I'll teach you how to reverse your diabetes. You can take a 6-module course that I've written on the subject at your own speed, on your own time, or work through that course with a handful of others over a 3-month time frame with me, available a couple of hours every other week to answer your burning diabetes reversal questions. Or if you don't qualify for the self-guided course or just want that extra relational touch, you can work with me one-on-one over an entire year. So many choices, all to provide heaps of value and results for you. Now, all that sounds just grand for the already committed to change crowd, right? Those who know and trust me, Dr. Fleetwood, have options. But what if you aren't quite there just yet? What if you're a do-it-yourselfer? What if you're a doubter? What if you'd like to dabble before diving in? No worries. I have an option for you too. For the do-it-yourselfers, doubters, and dabblers, I offer a 1.5 to 2 hour consult with me that includes an individualized eating plan specific to you and a timeline for transformation also specific to you. Wouldn't you like to know which foods are the best and worst for you in just a couple of pages rather than trying to figure out if you should be following the paleo diet or keto or Pritikin or Mayo Clinic diet or Ornish or Mediterranean, macrobiotics, Nutrisystems, Weight Watchers, DASH diet, veganism, vegetarianism, pescatarianism? You get my drift? Because if there were just one right diet, we wouldn't have all these choices, would we? I once had a client come to me after having been on the jelly bean diet. She'd lost weight. She'd wrecked her health, as you can imagine. Now, we can meet in person if possible, or via a telehealth platform to see and hear one another, and I will hear your story, including your medical history, review your medications, your over-the-counter agents, and your supplements, and understand and record your health goals. After we meet together, I'll send you a kit to help me determine the best eating plan for you, which will likely be quite different from how I eat or how I would teach your best friend to eat or your neighbor, etc. And my best plan for all the different things you may need on your journey to fabulous health, noting which services I can do with or for you in person or teach you to do for yourself, and which services I can't provide. And my health goals for you, because sometimes an outside observer can see things that you can't. Now, if you should need things I can't provide, there's more good news. I know a lot of gifted healers in a lot of different places around the globe, so please don't think you'll be limited by our potentially different geographical locations. How fabulous is that? You can dabble, erase or confirm your doubt, or do it yourself after a single visit with me. There's really no reason to wait, unless you prefer having your disease managed. But if you kept watching or listening all the way to this ending, I'm looking forward to meeting you very soon. Wishing you vibrantly well. I'm Christy Fleetwood, naturopathic doctor, registered pharmacist, vitalist, and passionate educator.